Yep. Y'all know what it is. I'm a ego up in here. Don't be hiding out and nothing like that. We're gonna get it in. Whatever, however we do it, we're gonna get the talk done. Woo woo. Ah. Man, I'm out here. I'm out here in hell on earth right now. We got a late spurt of late summer heat. It's not the late kind of summer heat that I'm used to, though. Where it's just hot early in the morning, where it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's still hot. I'm at this in September. What's going on? When it's that kind of heat out there, what's really happening when it's that kind of heat, man? That's some heat for you, man, right there. Whoa. Come on now. September 115. Are you serious? 115 in September. Yeah. But I'm not going to say anything about globe and stuff like that, like the global warming and that. I don't, that's not me. That's not my talk or my topic. That's not it. That belongs to somebody else. But all truth be told, whew, that is a serious situation right there. With that kind of heat. That's some heat right there, baby. I'm telling you. That's some heat even for the eagle. Whoop, whoop! Yeah. Why eagle can't drink his water before he get on the camera? Because I stay thirsty, man. I gotta keep my mouth wet. I ain't trying to walk around foaming at the mouth and like some people wondering why they parched and they ain't trying to drink no water. They drinking everything but water. You gotta drink the water, the H to the 2 to the O, man. That's what they call it in scientific notations, H2O. I don't know. There's 2 hydrogen atoms for every 1 oxygen atom. Whatever. If you believe in that type of thing. But anyway, salute to anybody who's out there. And I see that my runner's here. He'll come in and salute. He probably already out. But Michael Johnson, Boxer Talking More, is up in there. Salute to him. He said, what it do? He said any scalps get pulled off lately. I think last show, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, last show we had to, a few people had to get the coupe de gras put on them. Had to get some scalps pulled back. But that's like common practice up in here, man. If you got a show, and see, you can't tell me the show is not good. It's a wonderful show, see? And that's why people get that way, because they don't like stuff that's wonderful. It messes them up when something's wonderful like that. It's wonderful. How can he have a wonderful show? I don't like it. Because it's too wonderful. They get upset when stuff is wonderful. See? If it was crap, then they wouldn't get so upset. But since it's wonderful, they get upset when stuff is wonderful. They get all upset. And so they have to come in. They get sent over here, trolling or whatever, all the tramps, championship trolls. It's called tramps in here. All the tramps. It sounds like tramps, but it's actually tramps with the CH. Yeah, they championship trolls. They just might as well be. Well, they could be tramps too. They might as well be if they're coming up in here like that. Yeah, but we got heat, man. We got some heat over here, man. Wow, people burning up. The people don't know what to do with it. When it get hot like this late, and some people don't know what to do, man. I'm just talking off top, but that's, this is my topic right now. Is I just want to talk about that. But yeah, we got a nice little, a little bit of something in store. We're gonna cover some. I want to talk about, some. I'm gonna talk about. This is actually came out. I'm not gonna. There's no plagiarism here, so out of the ring. So for the ring, I'm just gonna talk. I don't know if I'm doing it in order or what. because I didn't really put it. I didn't put the pictures up in order. I'm actually gonna start with number 10 when I do talk about it. I'm gonna talk with number 10. As far as middleweights, we talk about middleweights and stuff like that. It's not. It's not very much to. You know, some of them. Well, I lose my thought, but this is my thought. I don't know, my words all twisted, but my thought is that some of these fighters, you know, that from the past, or that, you know, fought before. A lot of people don't know them. They just know the ones that get that stamp of approval from like a bigger audience, the biggest audience and stuff like that. But we just like we talk about the face of boxing and stuff like that, Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao, he might not have the worldwide stamp. He probably will get it eventually. He'll get the worldwide stamp, but he has a Filipino stamp. And like a lot of these other fighters, like say for instance, a fighter from Spain that might be well known, but he gets a stamp from, you know, from Spain. And so that's what I'm gonna just talk about some of these fighters, like somebody like Nino Benvenuti. Now he is Italian, of course, yeah. But, you know, he's a great fighter. You know, pretty good fighter and stuff. And early 70s, well, actually late 60s, and he went into the, you know, to the 70s fighters and stuff like that. Yep. But we'll look at it. He won about 60, I think, like 60 something fights. We'll pull up his rec. We'll pull up his box rec just to see. Yeah, we'll pull up his box rec and see what he got. But yeah, I think he got. Well, actually, he has more than that, but he got some fights. But we're gonna talk about fighters that we don't know, and probably talk about some fighters that we know, and talk about maybe some of the action that happened. And my question, as you see, is in the title. Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking More. You see my question in the title. I got a question mark by Ugas and stuff. But it could be answered a couple of ways. Because now that I'm thinking, now that I brought the question up again, I'm thinking, you know what, Ugas, either he's just one of those type of fighters, love to hate, or he's smart as hell. Then we're gonna talk about that at one point. We're gonna talk about that. Is Ugas just smart as hell? A lot of people are gonna get mad. Oh no, he ain't smart. Yeah, but we'll see. You know what I mean? We're gonna see if he's smart or if he's not smart, or you know what I mean? Can we bring it out? We gotta take it and we gotta put it on the grown folks level when it comes to that. So it has to be on the grown folks level. So, and we'll figure that out by just our discussion, which is good. I like to have a discussion with y'all because that way I know when you guys have your input, that helps me out. It's like, okay, so that's what the input is. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, it's always good. Let me see something. Where's my? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had this set up. Right. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm not doing much as far as like listening to all. I'm watching all these people out there suffocating themselves. Yeah, I got to put one on too. All of us. I mean, at one point we got to put that mask on, but it's like I'm not gonna suffocate myself at home and other places. I'm not. And I'm just not one of those wash-up type of people that be washing all day long with the alcohol. Because I showed you guys before. I showed you what my little alcohol looks like. Matter of fact, I got a third bottle. This is a free one. They was passing out when I was out on the street, you know, doing my artwork. And this one look like this is 2 ounces. Two other ones I think might even be 1 ounce, because they look smaller than that. But I had those for years. And I'll probably have that for years too, because I don't use that type. I don't use stuff like that. Man, I'm working on a coyote hat. Talking about, it's all about ego right now. I'm working on this Odie hat. Oh my goodness, it's so tight. That shit's bad. I'm gonna finish hooking it up, and if I can't get what I want for it, that's mine. That's Eagles then. Yeah, says it wasn't his best performance. Saw him boxing and doing some other stuff. Yeah. See, the thing about it, man, we're gonna get into it, Michael Johnson boxing. So we're gonna get into it in the Ugas, because I know what's gonna happen is a lot of people gonna be hating and stuff like that, and don't hate on him because he's smart. Because I was watching it, you know, and plus I just watched some of the subtle stuff that he does. He might get caught here and there, but he knows who to get caught by. He knows who to get caught by. And I was looking, I'm like, okay, he knows how to get caught, but he does some stuff. Now he might showboat because he did some shit like when he threw that loop, when he almost threw himself out the ring with that big ass overhand. I like it. A lot of people don't see. People get mad. Oh man, they need boxing stuff. People get mad at stuff like that, but I love it. I love that kind of stuff. And we're gonna talk about him. Now the reason I don't know. We could talk about first, but middle. We could talk about first, middle, end. And I'm gonna tell you. Well, the reason I love that kind of stuff, I'm gonna tell you why I love when people do stuff like that, because it shows you. What it does is gonna open up the other fighter to show what you got, what you gonna do now. And see, and I tell you who made that famous again, because most fighters don't have an open shot like that, like overhand like that. Most fighters just don't have one. But we go back to the Andre Ward. Andre Ward made that famous against Kovalev in the second fight. He made that, like, you know what I'm saying? He made that popular again. But what it does, what people are not understanding, what that does is that allows you to see what your opponent is going to do. Is he going to overreact like, oh shit, he's throwing overhands? Or is he just going to adjust? And is he going to know that that was just, you know, something to get his attention and he's going to just, you know, concentrate on boxing? Or is one point he's going to get, you know, shook a little bit? And do you do that again? I would say do it. I would say I would love to see more fighters do it, but be a lot more accurate with it. I would like to see somebody like in like a good exchange, like they just exchanging, and all of a sudden, wham! They just let one go. Yeah. It's we're gonna talk, Michael, but let's pull up this let's pull up some footage right here. Let's look, and let's look at. Let's look. Let me see. Do I got my okay? Just making sure that y'all still got sound. I'm probably turn my sound off a little bit. Or I'll leave it. If it messes up something, then let me know and I'll turn my sound off. Okay, I'll turn my sound off if it messes this up, because somebody will probably panic, and they'll take this down anyway. They might take my live down, but we're just gonna look at some championship round action. Hopefully we can pull this up. Nino Benvenuti. And the reason I'm bringing up Nino is because, like I said, in ring he's rated as number 10. So he got another number 10 rating and stuff. So yeah, there's no hating. Can't hate on that. He got a number 10 rating. So it's like, hey, he number 10. Must have did something right. And he's done some things. Lenio junior middleweight champion, the great Benvenuti, he won his first 65 contest at 160. See? And we always talk about that, how people got these records and we feel that they're padded or something like that because they start off good. But he don't have a ton of losses compared to all of his wins though. Yep, he won he said the highly skilled Italian, he won 2 of 3 fights against fellow legend Emil Griffith. So just to let people know. And Emil is just rated 1 below him anyway. and he did actually win some defenses. He wasn't no Buster Douglas win. He didn't just win and then just lose his shit, you know, like that. But anyway, let's check it out. Let's see if we got it.
Into the 10th round. WuD, the defending champion. He is cut over the left eye, but again they've done good work in the corner, stopping the bleeding.
Yeah. And we know right now that most
scheduled to go 15 rounds, of course, and Rodriguez still fancying his chances.
Most fighters would be like real tired at this point.
Respond to it. They're on their feet around this ring.
Rodriguez lo blocca.
Yeah, you got people call 2 different calls. Now with me, that make 3 different calls on it. And
I don't think there's too much doubt about it. WuD is a classier boxer.
Kind of feints a lot, you know what I mean?
Prova col destro Rodriguez senza trovare però il bersaglio. Ancora col destro Rodriguez.
Big right hand there. And he's got to be careful.
And of course, the Rodriguez is who he's fighting with. Great Cuban fighter. I'll see you out there, D to the Bailey. Salute, brother.
Not too much between them, I'm sure, at the moment. WuD perhaps just shading it.
Yeah. So he's pretty good. Like with he will counter your ass.
Has opened up again on WuD's face.
But he kind of got battered in this fight.
So it's going to be hampering his vision. And I'm sure the referee
I'll see you out there, Gil.
Look at that.
Yeah. But you got to realize these are championship rounds too, though. Well, it's only 10-11. Yeah.
Rodriguez at every opportunity, powering those hooks into the ribcage, trying to get WuD to
muova meglio, voglio nel corpo a corpo Rodriguez.
Those overhand rights into the side of the head. Oh, good left hand from Rodriguez.
And
I think
destro di Rodriguez.
Disorganized.
And just in case you guys don't know, yeah, this is WuD.
Not surprisingly, because just look at his
because a lot of times we talk about fighters that people know, but we don't talk about fighters that people don't know. Turn back on. Can you still hear the sound from the fight? I don't really. I think I wanted to turn it off.
10th round coming to its conclusion, and not a lot between them in this round either. Although Rodriguez.
Conclusione dell'8ª ripresa. Passiamo all'11ª.
You see the work which has been done to patch up those cuts, and Rodriguez will really be fancying his chances now of springing what will be seen by some as an upset, but he's certainly fancied his chances coming into this fight. And Angelo Dundee,
Punge di più ora il jab sinistro di Benvenuti.
Only one winner of this fight.
Yeah, if you can see what I'm talking about, though. You know what I mean? If you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to his feints, like, you know, I turned. I think I got the sound the way I want it.
Referees.
It's still, I don't know, sound's still messing up. Still trying to come on when I'm like, you know, we don't need the sound on that. But if you look, of course they're gonna be a little tired. It's late. It's like 11th round and stuff like that. But you know, 2 good fighters, you know, fighting. And they still like in the pocket, you know what I'm saying? Neither one of them is like way backed out or nothing like that. But you see the left hook action? And so that just goes to show you a lot of fighters you don't know, but you're like, that's it. You know. That's you know, that's what it is. A lot of times you expect one thing, and what happens? You get something completely different. And that's what we just got right there. We got something that was completely different. And that was that hook action at the end of the fight. Got that hook action. You feel? Put my face over here a little bit. He got that hook action on him, and that was it right there. Oh, Michael Johnson Boxer Talk still here, y'all. Y'all can holler at him. But let me shout y'all out properly, though. Yep. Derek Bailey up in the house. Yep. Salute to Derek Bailey. Said salute to Eagles Way of Boxing. Then salute to Hurricane Gill up in here. Need you over here, Hurricane, with all this heat, man. We got 115-degree weather, man, in September. So, yeah, we need somebody to be, we need a hurricane up in here. Cool it down a little bit. But salute to Gill. He said, sup, Eagles Way up. Deep to the Bailey out there. He's saluting out to Michael Johnson, Boxer Talk. And then Derek Bailey salute out to Gil Coles. Everybody salute, salute, salute. And then Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking more, said, Derek Bailey, what it do? Yeah. Oh, it's too late now, man. He said, yeah, you got to mute YouTube. But let me see. Because I can't fast. See, I can't fast it.
To the 10th round.
And
Benvenuti, the defending champion.
Because I muted it.
But again, they've done.
See, this thing
They're stopping the bleeding.
It's acting stupid. When I mute it, it don't like it. It's like, I don't like you muting me like that. So, we'll take a look at it again. We'll take a look at it again. See, the thing with Rodriguez is that, he could just too flat-footed. You know what I mean? Just too flat-footed. Just too flat-footed. I mean, he bounces. He bounces good, and he's actually in a good stance. He's in a good enough stance to stay out of trouble. But it don't take, like in boxing, it take one slip-up. It just takes one slip-up. They more or less. It's almost as if this is late action, and it's like they're filling each other out. You see what I mean? But like I said, I love that overhand play. We need to get a fighter that comes in there and hits you with an overhand every once in a while. We need that. People say, oh, he's throwing wild punches. We need that. Like, people get mad at Wilder, but Wilder, go back to being wild if you need to. We need somebody that's going, that's going to throw an overhand that you're not expecting. Because what we're looking for is your adjustment. We're not looking for that fighter's adjustment. You feel me? We don't care about that fighter's adjustment. We care about your adjustment. Are you making the adjustment? That's what we care about. Are you going to make the adjustment? But yeah, I don't know if this would have even could have went 15 in the first place though, because they was kind of spent during this fight. They was kind of spent. A little bit of clinching, but you got to look for subtleties because you see stuff. Even in the clinches, you're able to see things, if you look, like footwork. Benvenuti got pretty good footwork. He crosses his legs up a little bit, but he got pretty good footwork. He get the hell out the way, though. He looks too tired to get out the way, but he gets the hell out the way. And that's a special thing that you have to be able to do. No matter what stage of the fight, you still got to be able to get your ass away. You feel me? You got to be able to get away. If you can't get away, you're going to get cracked. And that's exactly what happened. That's why Rodriguez ended up getting, one lax. Get lackadaisical just for 1 second, and that's it. And here we'll watch it again, and we'll watch that hook action. Because he's already leading with it. He's letting them know he's already like leading off with the hook. Bouncing and bouncing. Let's see what causes him to get cracked. Let's just see. Where did he make his biggest mistake? Remember Khan did this shit? Timed himself going around, because he went around, he's going around in the circle. It's a quick circle if you think about it. He went around already. He's on his second time around the other fighter. Circling around. See? And they're both tired, but it's just like, okay, you timing yourself. Okay, I know exactly what you're doing. Let's watch. Let's watch. Boom, 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 boom. Tie up a little bit. He's going to step wrong. Once he steps, he's going to step wrong, and here it come. Here it come. You just staying in one spot. You timing yourself. Bam. You see what he did? He stayed in one spot, and once you stay in one spot like that, it is left hook action, and it is a wrap. And so that's what that was, guys. That was a wrap. Because like I said, when you keep your ass in one position like that, you can't do that. Stop doing that. Stop keeping yourself in one position like that. Stop timing yourself, because when you time yourself, the other fighter's timing your ass too. And so that's what happened. So he stayed there until he just, he timed his own self. But like I said, another good. See, when you got good fighters, they understand stuff like that. That's not always just covered in basic stuff. Some people think, oh, that's basic, but it's not always covered sometimes. So a lot of trainers don't teach you that. They teach you what you're gonna do. They don't teach you when a guy is, timing his own self. So I'll explain that to you even better. If you were pretending like you was a clock, for instance, and so you're walking around in a circle like this, and you're putting one foot together and closing it, and then stepping like this, and you're doing it in a cadence, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going around in a circle like that. Can you be timed? Because you're actually timing yourself. You are the timepiece. So, but can you be timed? Yeah, of course. Somebody knows exactly when you're going to make your next step. And same thing with boxing. It's a little bit more complicated. But when you see somebody just like they stuck, they tired. Like they may be tired because of, it's mental game also. So you might be tired. So once you get tired like that, then that's it. But back to Ugas though, I love that he threw that he throwing overhands. Yeah, you do what you got to do, man. Make somebody make adjustments. See where their fight game. Matter of fact, that's a good shot to throw. Let's say in the beginning of a fight, the middle of the fight. No matter what you're gonna do with it, the middle of a fight, the beginning of a fight, and the end of a fight. It's good to throw that looping that overhand like that. Now we got 10, and we're not. I don't know what kind of order we'll go through, but we'll just talk a little bit about them. And you guys want to compare. If you just think about that right there, you got a middleweights right now. How many of them have that kind of timing shots that you have witnessed? How many of them got timing shots like that? And believe me, that was not one of his earlier fights too. That was one of his later fights. Still got the timing. Okay, so y'all think about it. And this ain't no. The people always say, "Oh, you going to the." No. This is boxing. So you talk about the fights and the fighters from different eras or whatever. We can call it eras all we want to. Whatever. They're just fighters. To me, that's all it is. Just fighters, man. Don't worry about it. They're just fighters, man. Now this guy I actually like a lot, and I just do, because I think a lot of people have stolen from him, and I think a lot of people. It's very obvious that people have stolen from him. Just on his namesake alone. Does anybody know who that is? Should be pretty obvious, man. Y'all can tell who that is, right? Who does he look like? In modern day fighter, who does he look like? He's not related. Not even the same name, not the same country. But if you look at him, he does look familiar, right? And that is the one. I mean, people love to talk about him a lot. He doesn't get as much credit as he should. Real tough. Just a tough fighter. I don't have anything that I could show, because I probably have to do a long show if I did everybody. But who knows? I may do one where I just got a bunch of clips from him and from these different fighters and stuff. We'll figure it out. Because Eagle be doing a lot, man, to try to make, because I want to bring y'all something that's different. You know what I mean? But anyway, if you didn't guess, since nobody, I don't know if anybody say anything, nobody put anything up, so that's Dick Tiger. Yep. Yeah. And, of course, when we talk about the Don Kings and the East Snakes and all that type of stuff, he was a victim of a lot of bad management and stuff. Yeah. But he still, guess what? He's still a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's still a Hall of Famer. And guess what? Not the Nigerian Nightmare, but he's from Nigeria. And he beat Gene Fulmer. Remember Gene Fulmer? Gene Fulmer was one. If you see one time he had an interview because he had fought Sugar Ray Robinson. And Gene Foreman was the one that was saying that he said, God, he said that he must sure have a lot of energy over there dancing over in the corner because Sugar Ray had won the fight and he was dancing in the corner. But Gene Foreman didn't even know that he had won the fight. He didn't even know. Like, God dang, you knocked me out smooth, man, on that one. I didn't even know I was out, man. I didn't know I was out, son. Yeah, you was out. Yeah. Yeah. But they had 3 fights, and then he got outpointed by Joey Gardello. But he actually came back to win. Yeah. And then he ended up losing to another fighter. He's actually lower than the top than these 10 that I'm talking about a little bit, and that's Emil Griffith. There was, what was that? I'm forgetting. That trainer that always talked about him. Not, God dang it, I can't think of this guy. Who used to talk? He used to always. He was actually one of his fighters late, and Emil Griffith was one of his fighters late. And this guy used to work with. I think he worked with Foreman. This rough-looking guy. I forget his name. White guy. He used to do announcing and stuff too, but I forgot his name right off the bat. But you guys, that's why I always rely. I'm like, you guys always have the information though. You right there, baby. Derek Beatty said that left hook though. That was, God dang. Because right now, because remember, we're talking about all this left hook action, but on Eagle, right now, on Eagle, it's the uppercut right now. It's not that left hook action, it's that uppercut. But God dang, that left hook action right there, when you have to leave the screen, that's left hook action. When you just leave, I don't even know why the ref was counting on that one. I don't even know. The ref didn't have to count on that one. That was just over exaggeration. Because my man, he was already, yeah. Benvenuti, he was already, his arms was already raised up. But the left hook, that's what boxing is about, man. When you get in there, there's no telling what you might take. But we even got great athletes that named themselves or was named like Tiger and stuff like that, like, you know, of course, the golfer Tiger Woods and other people, you know. But for me on Eagles Web, so I'm saying us as my team, my Eagles Web boxing. So for me and us, I want to see like stuff thrown into boxing, because the only way we're gonna get boxing back great, is we get a fighter that does shit that we just ain't used to seeing. Just like Wilder. Wilder was making it great again, but we need somebody who's just gonna do shit like when he's fighting. It's like, God dang, I can't believe he did that though. We don't want stuff we can just count on, like, oh yeah, I seen that. And I tell you who brings a little bit of that is those Charlos bring that with their combination, because you don't know, you know, like I said, you ain't gonna get a 1-2-3. You might get a 1-4. You might get a 1-4-3 or something. Or ain't no telling what you might get. But that is entertaining, ladies and gentlemen. That's entertainment when somebody get cracked like that. But yeah, we want to see more left hook action. We want to see more right hook action. But right now for Eagle, it's all about that uppercut action, baby. Everybody's pulling out, and I don't know what it is. What do you think, man? Is it because of the break? Are people just coming back like, because that's like a punch you don't really use like that, but people are like desperate. Oh, I gotta get this uppercut off. It's like everybody wants to get an uppercut off. It's like that's a shot that's not used very, very much in a fight. Think about it. When they talk about power punches and all that, jabs, they always talk about jabs, and they do the jab count. They do the power punches, and there's a lot of body shots and this and that. And sometimes they put up the little figure, and they show his face. Remember, they used to show his face, how many times you got hit in the face, and then they'll make the depiction of it red on one side, and one side won't be red. Same thing with your body. They'll make your body red on one side, depending on how many shots you took. I want to see somebody just come out there and do something. Like I said, a good uppercut or a good some uppercuts. Over, yeah, we want it all. We want the crazy shit, y'all. We want uppercuts. We want overhands. You know what I mean? That's what we want. Yeah, throw an overhand. And so we want to see the overhand. So hit me with the overhand. And that's it. Hit us with the overhand. But that's one of my favorites right there, though. Just even the name alone. This tough, gritty Nigerian fighter. Yeah, a lot of them fighters over in those African countries, man, they're really just, if they had more defensive skills, wouldn't nobody be able to touch them, man. Because they come in there to just battle. But sometimes a lot of times their defenses is not as great, and they take heavy shots. I don't know. I don't know if maybe you guys agree with that, and maybe you just don't agree with it. But whatever it is. If you agree with Eagle, cool. If you don't, then cool also. And so the next person up for grabs, let's just go back and we'll talk about, now a lot of people don't know this fighter like from this is way back here. This is in there with Jersey, you know, Jersey Joe and all those way back there in the 30s and stuff like that. But he was a good person. I believe he was even, actually, I think he even did some time, if I'm not mistaken, I might have him mixed up, but I think he did some time in the Army and stuff like that too. But still, and let me put him up because they're in the top 10, but I just didn't want to do like top 5. I didn't want to do everybody that you guys recognize. People, oh, I know him and this and that. No. Yep. But Freddie Steele. That's Freddie Steele. And some, you know, of course, I like to put the pictures together. So I wanted to put the pictures. Of course, he's bending. That would probably be like iron. That he's either bending it. It looks like his muscles is locked in, like he's actually bending it, or steel. But just because of the name steel, that doesn't mean that he's bending steel. Steel is hard as I don't know what. You can bend iron a lot better than you can bend some steel like that. But anyways, check it out. In the ring, he could be the champion. After Marcel Thiel vacated the title, they said he was, but he's made it to number 7. So this is number 7. Like I said, I didn't cover it in any type of order, but a hard hitter, part-time actor. Steele was then shockingly upset by Fred Apostoli in a non-title bout. He refused to defend against Apostoli and was stripped. So I don't know. So maybe the acting played a part in that. He started getting spoiled or something like that. Because sometimes people get spoiled. I don't know. So maybe he got spoiled and stuff. But that's number 7, man. And the reason we bring that up and even talk about him is because what kind of characteristics is that? It's the same characteristics that we have today, that we're having today. If you think about it. It's the same kind of stuff we have today. When fighters is like, not wanting to fight people. And then we got the Gary Russell Jr.'s act like he want all the smoke from anybody. He just want to sign contracts. He want that 1.5. Baby need Pampers. Baby need milk. Wife need a new car. I don't know. Whatever it is. We want to see it. Uppercut action, left hook action, overhand right action. Is that 3? That's 3. That's 3. That's 3 and what else? Or right or left uppercut action, right or left overhand action, and right or left hook action. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we want to see up in there. Yeah. But that's Freddie. Bye, Freddie. Now, fighter, and now I'm gonna bring this one up because we had some tragedies and stuff happen, and so let me move him. He all in my grill. Get out of my grill, man. All in my face, man. Get out of my face, dog. And the reason I'm bringing him up because he was tough as nails, hard. I mean, this is a hard, you know, Mexican fighter. Shit, god dang, real tough guy. We lost 2, and I'm not gonna put this on. I don't know if this will be on trivia. I don't know if we're going to put trivia or not. But that's Carlos Monzon is who that is, man. That's who that is. Tough, just tough. He don't look like no punk, do he? Tough fighter, man. Real tough fighter. But we lost him. And if you look him up, now I don't know, I don't get into all these fighters, what they did for us, crime-wise and all that. I don't get into that. But yeah, he was caught up in a little bit of crime. And that's not something that's not, you know, mistakable or unmistakable. But he was a badass for 7 years. And guess where he come out of too? Come out of Argentina. They got some tough ones come out of there. Let me read what the boxing, what they say over here in the ring, on the ring. And by the way, he was he's in there. He's rated at number 2. He said the legendary Argentine pressure puncher, that's what he was, pressure puncher, is a popular choice for being the greatest middleweight of all time. Yep. He won championships with a 12-round stoppage of the superb, and that's what I was just talking about. And he stopped in the 12th round. The guy that we just got through watching, Nino Benvenuti, with that good left hook action. And then he stopped him in the 12th round, and he also made 14 successful defenses, 9 of which came by knockout. Of course, you know, Sugar Ray put hands on him, but just a monster, and would hit your ass with them overhands too. And like I said, we need to get back into that, because I want to see people, I want to see somebody take some overhands so I can see what they're going to do. What you going to do? Because that's what it does, man. An overhand from nowhere is that's like a wake-up call thing. That's like, what you want to do? No, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's what that is when you throw an overhand like that. That's a tension getter. Oh, look at Jay to the Brown that came up in here, man. I didn't know Jay Brown was up in here. Salute to Jay to the Brown up in here. Did he even say hi to Eagle? No, he said nothing. Yeah, he said salute to Eagle. Okay. My fault. I see you, brother. yeah. Jay to the Brown said salute to Eagles. Way of boxing up in here. Then D to the Baby. Everybody saluting him out. Yep, everybody saluting them out. That's right, man. That's how we do. We come in here like fam. I don't even know everybody up in here, but we come in here like fam, man. And then we got idiots that come up in Eagle. They come in the Eagles because they ain't ready for no grown folks chat. They ready for something else, man. And they don't even know. They never even heard of Carlos Monzon and nothing like that. They don't know. I know he's just a badass fighter, though, man. Yep. Argentina. I think he fought out. I think he was fighting in Mexico, though. If I'm not mistaken. Somebody get me if I'm wrong. Or, you know, he had a career there too, but, you know, but just the Argentine fight, real tough. These hard fighters are like that. And we always, and what happens when we get these fighters that's just tough as hell like that, man, something happens to them. And, like we said, we got a fighter back because we got Earl Spence back. So we got to see what you're going to do with it, Earl. We got you back, man, because Jack to the Johnson, we lost him. And we lost this guy, too. We lost our Carlos Monzon. Yeah. And look at Jay to the Brown. No, he said, yeah, he said Carlos Monzon. He said, yeah, it was a monster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He was a monster, man. Y'all better check out his. Don't just check out his box rate. Just check him out, man. I'm just telling y'all because, like I said, I bring up some of these fights y'all never heard of, but just check him out, and you're gonna see. You're like, God dang, this dude was a freaking beast. Go in there and put hands and feet all over you. And another thing with these fighters here, a lot of these photos, even the names that made you. Don't tell me he don't have a fighter's name. Carlos Monzon. Tell me he don't have a fighter's, even a fighter's name. God, they just have the names. Some of these old Showtime, Sean Port. That only And I'm gonna get on him forever, man. I don't care, man. Y'all get mad. I know people get mad. Oh, this my boy Sean. I don't care. I don't like you or Sean now. I don't care if you one of my web watchers. I don't like your ass, and I don't like Sean. Because Sean, no suspect personality disorder having that. I don't like him. Showtime. He wanted this show. He ain't showing nobody nothing. But my song, let's just check it out. Let's see how much of a monster he was, though. Let's just check him out. Let's check out the, let's go into here. And this is C. Because my brother brought it up, so. Oh. So. Listen, we're going to bring it up. We're going to, yeah. We're going to check it out. We're going to check out the box wreck. Tell you how bad he was. This is how bad he was. Tell him J to the Brown, since they didn't know. So Eagle pulled up the box wreck. So, you know, I'm not great at using this. I know I look like I'm good sometimes. I'm not great at using this, like sharing stuff and stuff like that, but it would be nice. I'll learn. Maybe y'all can give me some hints on how to use this, because I use this Streamlabs. I don't know. Or maybe y'all can help me out on the sharing part, and I can share more stuff when I go through it. But this, trust me, that he had 87 wins. 87. 59 knockouts. You know, and he lost a couple of fights, lost 3. And then, you know, he had some draws. So here's another hated fighter. If you, I'm sorry, when fighters have a bunch of draws, to me, that's hate. Because he wasn't that kind of fighter. You wasn't going to fight him like that. You're going to get hands put on you. That's simple as, you know, simple as that. I'm sorry. That's just, yeah, he did have one alias, though. Escobeta. That was his, that was his alias. So from 1963 to 1977, that was his career. 14-year career. Okay, and I already told you, pretty long reach too, and tall. You know, almost 6 feet tall for middleweight. You know what I mean? 76 inch reach and stuff like that. But let's see, some of the people that he took out are some of the people he won. Okay, I just want to say. Emil Griffith, he won unanimous decision. See, so it's not like he didn't beat no top 10ers. Who he beat? As a matter of fact, he beat him twice. Frazier Scott, he beat him. Who else we got? Yep, and of course, the TKO on Nino. We just talked about that. Santiago Rosa, got the KO on him. I'm trying to mention people that y'all know. Antonio Aguilar, yep, got the KO on him. Yep. I just want to name some that, you know, just so you can see some notable fighters. And Benny Briscoe, yep, Benny Briscoe. You know, he got the decision on him. Yep. And that was a good one right there. Trying to see how many more. Okay, got Carbajal, yeah, but he wasn't no great. He wasn't great or nothing like that. That was early. But yeah, beast mode. And so this to show you 87, 3, and 9. So 87, 3, and 9. And let's just see. I'm just gonna click up Emil Griffith, 85, 24, and 2. See? So that's what I'm trying to share. Is a lot of these fighters, and let's look at Briscoe. Briscoe lost some fights though, but he used to go in there and hammer though. He wasn't in there playing around with y'all. He had that overhand too. A lot of these fighters had that overhand, but he was 66, 24, and 5. Yeah, but he definitely get them overhands on your ass. Yep. And of course, we haven't got to the man though. Our main man that they have as matter of fact, I don't know. Between let's talk about it, because between Monzone and this guy, let's put him. I got to put him up because a lot of stuff that a lot of us know. Like a lot of us know, like boxing to the point where we've seen, you know, some of the great fights, and we've seen this guy here. If you guys can see who it is, and we've seen this guy get in some classic, you know, more modern day like scraps, like with excellent boxers and stuff like that. And we've seen this guy like really get into it and just get frustrated. I think that he could have done a lot better if he was actually good for boxing. Nobody talks about this, but I think that this fighter here was actually good for boxing, but bullshit. And I'm sorry, somebody's gonna get mad at me, give me a thumbs down, or just mad at Eagles. Matter of fact, hit my thumbs up before you hit the live button when you come up in here. Give me my thumbs up first. And somebody's gonna hate. No, not probably nobody. None of my watchers are gonna hate, but somebody's probably gonna hate when I said that right there. But because of BS, this fighter here should have been in there, and we should have more fight clips of him. He should have fought more people and should have had a lot. He could at least, I would say, at least 7 more fights. He could have entertained us with at least 7 more fights. And if you don't know who it is, if you don't know who that is, I don't even know why you even in here. Because I don't know shit. But I know that, I don't know a damn thing, but I know that you should know Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You see what I mean? You should know him. If you don't know him, and it's a shame, I don't even want to really get into it as much because Marvelous Marvin Hagler should have been in there whooping ass for a lot longer. That's all I'm saying. I'll just put it like that. And we're going to still talk about it, but I'm going to say that. He said one of the greatest middleweights, he fought 3 times as much as fighters do today. He said that's a fighter that lived it 24/7. And you got that right, Jay to the Brown. Because these fighters here, you got to scrape their ass up to even get them back in there. And you don't even know what character they turn into characters. You don't even know who you're going to put back in the ring. He's like, you the one getting in the ring? Nah, man, this cancel my bet, man. I was betting on you at first. You coming off of you all extra fat and shit. Get your fat ass in Jenny Craig or something like that. Get your ass up in Jenny Craig. But let's just read it. I mean, some of them I already know him off the top of the dome. Let's look at some of his competition. Sugar Ray Leonard, Hall of Famer. John Mugabe. And don't think that John Mugabe wasn't a great fighter. Because guess what? John Mugabe's ass had a record on him too. He ended up losing at the end. But guess what? Out of 42 wins, he had 38 knockouts. So don't make it seem like he wasn't knocking people's ass out. You know what I mean? Because he was taking people's ass out. You know, he's sporadic a lot of time. You know, he was just real sporadic. But he was taking people's ass out. So he finished with 42-7-1. But Hagler finished with 62-3-2. And let's see, Sugar Ray Leonard, John Mugabe, Thomas Hearns, Mustafa Hamsho. These are people that fought. These are people that fought like rounds. They didn't stop. He's the one loosened up Rodan. Rodan was hard to take out. Juan Domingo Rodan. It was hard to take his ass out. He beat Roberto Duran, one of my favorite fighters, hands of stone. Yeah, Wilfred Cipion. Remember him? Tony Simpson. God dang, you Caveman Lee. And Muhammad Hamsho again. Some of his wars he had with Vito Antuofermo. And you remember when he got the title, Alan Minter. If you remember, Alan Minter, right? Bobby Watt was a well-known, you know. So I'm talking about everybody I named. Somebody knows something about him. Marcus Geraldo. How many fighters he had? Sugar Ray Seals, which was a mistake. If anybody knows about that, the Sugar Ray Seals was never supposed to fight Marvin Hagler. Was never supposed to. He wasn't ready to fight Marvin Hagler. And that would have been a great fighter, believe it or not. Sugar Ray Seals would have been great. He ended up getting blind, man. Detached retinas and stuff. Messing with that Marvin Hagler. Had no business fighting with him. And he even fought Benny Briscoe. But he had to win by unanimous decision. See? You noticing something that these fighters have in common? No matter what era, it still ended up, if you call it a gatekeeper or whatever you want to call it, they still end up fighting a lot of people that was fighting years before them. And they still could, and they wasn't taking these fighters. Great as Marvin Hagler was, he wasn't taking all these fighters out. You feel me? So just to let you know, man. So don't get that shit. Don't twist that shit up, man. Keep that shit from being twisted, man, in your mind. But some fighters we lose like that, and it's not because of being cowardice and shit like that. You see what I mean? We lose fighters because of bullshit. But this fighter here, that you see right here, this should have fought more. Believe me, this one right here. Let me get my thing out. Right over there. That one. Right there. Him. See I'm pointing at? Make it better. You see? Right there. Him. We should have got more enjoyment out of him. See? A lot of bullshit is going to keep us as fans, even today, is going to keep us as fans from getting the shit that we want to see. Jake Brown. And Gil Coles. You feel me? And Jay Brown right back with the comment again. Jay Brown said, Marvelous to me is the greatest middleweight. And I slap him 5 on it. I slap my hand up, give him the up 5, because out of all the shit, I have to agree with him because of the bullshit. And because he's just a great fighter. And we got to think about how many people did I name? There are a lot of other great middleweights actually fought. See? Now, what would have cemented him? He would have been cemented, I think, as number one. He's number one with a lot of people. But most of these fighters that was fought in his era, they needed to get that McCallum action. If you didn't get that McCallum action and win, then that might be a little bit. That might be one flag. That's the only fighter that I would have liked to see that he could have cemented and at least had a fight with. At least had a fight, because he would have still stayed up at the top. If you think about it, he would have still. The reason he would have stayed up top because McCallum still was fighting and was slowing down and losing, and so that's why. So he would only had like 3 losses or something like that, if that. But don't think he didn't have no KO action. Out of 62 wins, 52 knockouts. So he was still knocking. He was still knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? Woo! He was still taking their ass out. He was still scalp chasing. And that's the Marvelous one. Like I said, I didn't cover him like in order, but I had to put him up, man, because it's just too much, man. Everybody know who number 1 is. We're gonna talk about him. I'm not even gonna talk about him right now. But I'm gonna talk about his nemesis and stuff like this. We'll talk about him. But let's just put him up and see if anybody know who this is. It's very simple. Y'all better know who this is. Can anybody, a trivia warm-up, does anybody know who this guy is? And if you know who this guy is before I open my mouth about him, give me at least one nickname for him. If anybody can give me one nickname for him. One. I'm only asking for one. Only asking for one nickname. And then we're going to cover, so you're going to see that they, even back then, like I said, they keep all this stuff lineal, man. And see, the freaking Gil Coles, man. Gil Coles. Oh, is that the original? Somebody timed Gil's ass out. Is that the original? Gil said that's Jeff from the tire shop. Even in this picture, he doesn't look that friendly in there. But anyway, that's Jake, man. So I'm gonna let y'all know that's Jake. So y'all know the last name. I'm gonna tell y'all who it is. But y'all should know. Y'all know the y'all should at least know one nickname. Damn, y'all don't know one nickname, and it's not no Jeff from the damn tire shop. That's Gil. But anyway, let me just read. And plus, I'm gonna go to Box Rep too. This is the ring, but I'm gonna go back to Box Rec and we'll see some of the killers and some of the monsters that he fought. This guy was, if you ask me, this guy was crazy. At the very end of his career, man, when he got old, man, I don't know, man, he just transformed into something else from taking all them beatings. I don't know what it was, man. He looked horrible. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be any particular way about people, but he looked horrible when he got older. For some reason. Yep. He said a deal with the Mob, a controversial world title win over Marcel Cerdan, which we haven't covered him yet, a last-minute victory over Laurent Dauthiel in a fight that he was losing in the Saints Valentine's Day Massacre defeat to Sugar Ray Robinson. No wonder his life become a movie. That's right. And that's the Jake is not the snake. That's not Jake the Snake, but that's the Raging War. The Bronx Bull, that's one, and the Raging Bull. See, Gil knows, but he comes back with the bullshit all the time. He's talking about, yeah, he come back. Yeah, I know what you're talking. That's okay, D to the base here. Yeah. He said, oh, that's right. He said Jake. He said, my bad. Yeah, that's Jake. But yeah, Gil, yeah, that's the Bronx Bull. But he came back. Yeah, he's Bronx Bull to Raging Bull, but he has some other names too. But plus he had his stupid, street names and all that. But that's crazy, Jeff. Shit, if Jeff from the tire shop looked like that, Bud and them wouldn't fight him. Believe me, Bud and them would not fight him if that was Jeff from the tire shop's look. And yes, I brought it up. Yeah, I brought Bud up in my conversation. I don't care, man. Y'all do what you want to. If you're mad, you're mad. Don't get mad. But anyway, he's 83, 19, and 4. Okay? His career went from 1941 to 1954. And 14-year career. The Bronx alias Bronx Bull. Yep. And his real name, just so y'all know, Giacobbe LaMotta. That was his real name. Yep. And which they probably would shorten it, which they always do. They shorten that name to Gio, not Gia. They always shorten it to Gio. 5'8", short reach, only 68-inch reach. But let's see some of the monsters he fought. Let's see some of the ones that Al McCoy beat him. I don't even want to. Let's go down a little bit. Let's go down. Let's see who he really fought. Ray Robinson. Okay, we already know he lost to Ray, but he beat him. And then that controversial fight, the one I just told you about, that they Marcel Cerdan, Hall of Famer, top 10 middleweight, fought him. So I already named 2 in the top 10. Already 2 in the top 10 that he fought, right? Yeah. Tommy Bell, that they battled. Battled all the way out to a decision on that one. Who else we got in here? Just to see how many people we got. Because Ray Robinson, he got, yeah. The split decision loss and and then the ref stoppage and then the one win. Oh, Lou Schwartz. I remember that, right? But he took his ass completely out. Yeah. Took him out. But let's see. Let's go back to his beginning to see what kind of fighters he was fighting. Was he fighting great fighters? Yeah. Lou Schwartz again. Yeah. Jose Basaro. He fought him twice. And those was like I said, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it's that matchup, man. Sometimes it's that matchup. Sometimes you lose to them fighters. You're like, oh shit, I fought his ass twice. Yeah. Let's say, because he had a draw, and then they came back a little bit later and fought him again. And just to show you, because this is right here. This is right here in the box rep. This so people don't say something stupid. You know, and this is another point. I'm glad that I've seen this so I can bring it up. Is look at the schedule. He won Lou Schwartz, right? 4-7 in 1942, right? Before that, Lorenzo Strickland, 3-18. Before that, Frankie Jameson, 3-03. And before that, Frankie Jameson again, 0-1, 2-7. Let's see how many fights he had from the beginning of the year. This is the beginning. As a matter of fact, let's start off. Nate Bolden at the end of the year. So at the end of 1 year, Nate Bolden, how many fights is that? So 1, Frankie Jameson. 2, Frankie Jameson again. 3, Lorenzo Strickland. 4, Louis Schwartz. 5, Buddy Odell. 6, Jose Basaro. Where we at? 7, Vic LaCurdy. 8, Jose Basaro again. 9, Lorenzo Strickland again. 10, Jimmy Edgar. 11, Vic LaCurdy again. 12, Ray Robinson. 13, Bill McDowell. 14, Henry Chmielewski. 14 fights in 11 months. 14 fights in 11 months. Name a fighter who does that right now. 14 fights in 11 months. Did you notice any killers that was named in there? Now that's fighting. And see, you turn you fans into fanboys and fangirls where everybody's getting, oh no, he had a fight already. He fought twice this year. How y'all sound? How do we sound? Now I'm not picking on nobody like pointing fingers and shit, but how do we sound when we say that somebody had like 1, 2 fights? Oh, he fought 3 times. Ain't a big effing deal. When you got fighters like that that's fighting killers, that's enough on that. You fighting killers and shit, you know what I mean, for the whole year. You done fought 14 killers. And you can't even melt these fighters down and pour them in the ring. Let's see. Anybody know who this is? Does anybody know who that is? Anybody? Let's see. And that's one of the fighters that he fought too. Yeah, that's Saddam. Markel Saddam. That's who that is. Yep. And guess what? This is one of the tough ass, I'm telling you, this is just one tough ass Frenchman. And sometimes it just happens that some fighters come out of an era that you don't realize that they come out of. This guy fought for 16 years, and he came out of an era that you just don't expect. You're like, shit, he came out of France, and probably their best champion out of France. Probably their best champion. Let's go to Box Rep, and a matter of fact, let's see let's just see what Ring talk about. So let me find them. I just put them up, but now I got to find them. Okay, right there. 1 year champ, but he fought a long time. Stopped Tony Zell to win the title in Ring Fight of the Year, and then Sordon he said was suffer a shoulder injury and a knockout loss to Jake LaMotta, and just weeks out from a rematch was tragically killed in an airplane crash. So a lot of times we got these fighters that, you know, a lot of stuff happens to them, that we lose them and stuff like that. But we're looking at fighters, and I like to do. I'm not doing greats and nothing like that. But let's try to find his rec. Okay, his box rec. He's 110-4. And Jake LaMotta was the only one who stopped him. 110 fights, 65 KOs, out of France. His career spanned 16 years. Yep. And they used to call him the Bomber, the Moroccan Bomber. That's what it. The translation. I'm trying to translate it as best as I can. But you want me to give it to you? Okay. Le Bombardier Moroccan, and that's French. Yep. Bombardier. So Le Bombardier Moroccan. That's what it is. So translation is the Moroccan Bomber. Now, Jake LaMotta, and he fought Tony Zell, Dick Turpin. I'm just trying to, and these are fights he won. He lost to Jake LaMotta, and he lost to Cyril Delano. So sometimes you lose to fighters that all these fighters here like had fights. Like if you lost to a fighter back then, they probably had 50 fights or something, 70 fights, 60 fights or something like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of these fights, like I said, and then his schedule was the same way. Even up until 49, let me see. In the year, let's find a good year for him. And I'm not gonna go through all the fights he had, but 1948 he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. 6 fights in 1 year. And then let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 46 he had 7 fights. And then 44 he had like, it looks like he had like about 8 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights in 44. And see, we're not getting that kind of action. When we talk about left hook action, right and left hook action, right and left uppercut action, we just ain't getting that kind of, we're not getting that kind of action right there. But another super good middleweight up in there. Another tragic though, so I named 2 of them. So we had 2 of them that tragically that we lost. So 2 of them that we lost. Yeah. So we talked about Tiger. Yeah, we did Steele. We did Marvin Hagler. We did Jake. Okay, that's what we didn't do. And y'all probably looking at him. And so now this one is close to Gil as far as facial wise. Now this one might have a more of a resemblance of what you were saying earlier. That might be Jeff. It's not Jeff, but that might be Jeff right there. You can call him Jeff. Yeah, but Tony Zell. Yeah, Tony Zell. That's what that is. Just so y'all know, Tony Zell. Let's see. Let's find Tony Zell, because I got pictures and I have to find them. Okay, Tony Zell. So Tony Zell. No, that's Tony Zell. We already did Tony Zell. No, that's not Tony Zell. Where am I at? Did we do Tony Zell already? Do I got 2 Tony Zells? I messed up. Yeah, that's Tony Zell right there. Yeah, Tony Zell. That's the man of steel. I guess I did him twice. Yeah, I did him twice. But yeah, that looked more like him right there. Tony Zell. But let's see what Tony Zell did in his rank to get there. And they got him at number 9, Man of Steel. He was apt to the nickname for one of the most chilling middleweight punches of all time. Zell outpointed George Abrams to reign supreme, but it was the unforgettable trilogy with Rocky Graciano. There you go, D to the Bailey. That's why you probably mix them up, for which is best remembered. Yeah, Tony Zell and Rocky Graciano. Those was it was Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta, and then when it came to these two, then it was Tony Zell and Rocky Graciano. So when you get back there, then a lot of times that's how you think. You're like, oh shit, didn't he have those trilogies, or wasn't he fighting somebody and this and that? But let's check him out though. Let's go to his. Let's look at Tony Zell. He's 67 and 18 and 2, 45 KOs, Man of Steel, of course. But let's just go. Let's check this out though. Marcel Sordon. Remember I told you Marcel. Remember he had 110 fights. Remember I told you. And when he fought him, he didn't have no. He lost to him. To Sordon. You see, that's what happens though. Rocky Graciano, he won. KO'd him. We're just looking at the 48 and 48. Lou Woods, Bobby Claus, Al Turner, Rocky Graciano again, and he lost. So Rocky Graciano, he won the last one. He knocked him out. The second one, he lost. He got TKO'd. Trying to find somebody else. And Rocky Graciano again, he won. So he knocked out Rocky Graciano. And Rocky Graciano came back and knocked him out. And then he came back and knocked out Rocky Graciano. Eddie Rossi. Bobby Giles. Billy Conn. That was another fight. Remember Billy Conn? Because Billy Conn beat him. If y'all remember Billy Conn. He lost. That was a unanimous decision. And Billy Seuss. I guess he doesn't like Billy's, because Billy Seuss beat him too. Billy Seuss beat him. Nate Bolden beat him. Just gonna name the people that actually beat him. And another Billy Celebron. He don't like those names, man. Billy be tearing his ass up. And then Jimmy Clark beat him. And then again, here we go. Nate Bolden beat him. Manuel Davila beat him. He started off losing a lot anyway, though. You know what I mean? We go back all the way back. Because he was on a winning streak. Then he stepped up the competition, started losing. Went on the winning streak again. Must have lost confidence somewhere. He started losing again after that winning streak. Then he won a couple straight and then lost a couple straight. And then he started winning again. So it's kind of sporadic. His longest winning streak was from 39 to 40. That was his longest winning streak. Yeah, that's when he did some winning. But before that, nah. Got handed up a little bit. But like I said, a lot of times fighters, like they'll have another fighter's number. And now, in this case, that's what it was. A lot of fighters have each other's numbers. That's it. Okay, let's just get this one out the way real quick, man. We know who this is. But I wanted to show a different picture. I'm not even gonna say the name. Even if you knew the Eagles web, I'm not gonna say his name. Yes, I am. But y'all know who that is. Does he remind you of somebody with having a younger picture of him? Does he remind you guys of anybody? When you look at his younger picture like that. Yeah. He has the old school gloves and stuff on with the thumb. They look soft right there, them gloves. But there he is right there, though. Oh, you ain't got to even tell somebody like, Jake to the Brown said, greatest of all time. There you go. That's the man right there. And a lot of them fighters, those fighters that we covered already, are they Hall of Famers? But they got their Hall of Fame recognition, a lot of them, from fighting him. You wouldn't be thinking about him as much. If it wasn't for him. If it wasn't for him, a lot of these other fighters you wouldn't think of. And they wouldn't have had all that recognition like they got. They got a lot of recognition. Because this guy here, Sugar Ray Tedder Robinson. That is, you talking about like AB talking about the can man and all that. Sugar Ray Robinson was the can man in the hand man. That's what it was. He's the can man in the hand man. You can't get it from him. And when you got it from him, he was probably going to get handed up. So the can man and the hand man. So when we separate that one, so those were the ones, not the Graciano, because so now we know the Graciano, that's not what it was. So the Graciano, that was against Zale. A lot of time, you know what I mean. So Graziano, Zale, Robinson, LaMotta. So when you put those together, then you can put the faces together. I don't know. Maybe I'll cover. Maybe we'll just do like a little breakdown and talk about some of the. Some of the other fighters and stuff, because this top 10, and like I said, this is what I said, that was Ring. And I know you probably, some of you probably like, wait, hold on a second now. How in the hell didn't because I'm gonna show you, and this is when I'm gonna say it for you before you're gonna say it, because you're probably wondering why. You might be wondering why Roy Jones ain't in there and some other fighters ain't in there, but they're just not. And maybe you can make a case for them being in there. And I'm just gonna read that out real quick just to let y'all know who's not on this list. Roy Jones ain't on there, and of course, who's synonymous with Roy Jones right away is James Lights Out Tony is not there, Mike McCallum's not there, Michael Nunn, Chris Eubanks, Nigel Benn, Gerald McKellen, John David Jackson, Jorge Castro, and Reggie Johnson. All of them was left completely out. And I'm telling you, I'm only doing 10 of them. But just to let you know, there was actually 31 of them. So those fighters I just named, and y'all probably tripping. You're like, damn. Y'all probably tripping about that. They didn't even make the top 31. That makes it, damn. It's like, damn, you didn't make the top 31? That's not a it's not a good look. Wow. Not good, man. Because don't tell me. And I know, because there's absolutely 100% absolutely arguments for all of them. But I just wanted to skip and do number one, and we'll just let's look at some of the killers. Let's go back to like in the middle. You can't go back to his beginning and start. I mean, you got to go like to the middle and just let y'all know some of the people he fought. And you guys already know anyway. But just to put them in there, Jake LaMotta, right? Kid Marcel. Let me see. Randy Turpin twice, and I'm not gonna say how many fights he had like in a row. Rocky Castellani, remember? Yep. Bobo Olsen, Gene Foreman, remember he knocked his ass out? Gene Foreman actually beat him, but he came back and just knocked Gene Foreman's ass out. Gene Foreman was like, what is he dancing for? He's dancing because he just knocked your ass out. Even though, he had some battles with Gene Foreman. It was just a hard fighter for him. I mean, it was getting later in his career, too, when he was still fighting Foreman. He was all the way up into the 60s fighting his ass. But anyway, he fought him a bunch of times. But he's getting them W's, though. He was getting draws and, started getting late in his career, no contests and shit like that. But he's getting draws. But he started off with nothing but W's, though. You know what I mean? And Jose Basaro, who you notice, fought a lot of fighters that we was talking about. Fought a whole lot of fighters. He's probably one of the only fighters that got like 3 or 4 pages in BoxRec. Because, we already know that out of all those fights, he could have retired undefeated. He could have retired undefeated, but the other fights, the probably 20-something fights that he shouldn't have had. He had already retired. But, need that paper. 174 fights. Only lost 19 and 6, draws. 109 KOs. I just want to see somebody get to the 109 KOs. 109. Put your ass out when he felt like putting your ass out. That's what it is. You said most of those dudes you just named, Eagle, didn't fight each other, so you can't list them. Well, I'm just, the guys I'm talking about, and I hope you're getting what I'm saying, is some of the fighters that fought him, like, say for instance, because D to the Bailey, he thought I had Graciano up there because he was just mixing up the two. He was mixing up the two, because those two because you got like Billy Zane and stuff like that. You got fighters that fought each other, and you had some that didn't fight each other. A lot of these fighters, like Jake LaMotta, fought a lot of these fighters that he fought. See, because if I skip, and BoxRec is acting stupid right now. It doesn't want me to show the fighters and stuff. Like, it didn't want me to show, Jake LaMotta. Want me to have some type of I don't have no freaking subscription and shit like that. I don't have no subscription. So it gets mad. But yeah, a lot of these fighters, most of these fighters did fight back there. Like when you're talking about like the 50s, 40s and 50s, they had to fight each other. All of these fighters fought. But I guess your point being like some of the fighters, like the way they got the middleweights, but to leave Roy Jones and fighters like that out, man, that's crazy right there. Yep. Okay, Joseph Brown said Roy didn't do enough at 160. Well, you got fighters in there that still may not have done enough, but they, just because of him, they got a little bit of name. They got some name on them, but that's right though. He didn't fight enough, but some of these fighters that's in there, did they do enough? So it's either did you fight enough or did you do enough? D to the base said Roy, Tony, Ben, none, Eubanks. He said not Ray Robinson, not Sugar Ray. Yeah. Yeah. Not the old school fighters. Yeah. The old school fighters. Yeah. The old school fighters, all of them fought. And that's what I was saying. Because you see, but see, even when they fought, but look here, D to the baby, when they fought, they didn't do like a double up. Like, I don't want to fight you again. No, that sometimes, sometimes they did not just a double up, they triple up and quadruple up on your ass. Like Farmer. Remember I told you, like, because when he fought Farmer, like about 5-6 times, like the dude always wanted some more. And those guys is just tough back there. Like, I need to get you some more. I need to get you up in here and fight you again. That's crazy. And this guy was not the toughest, he wasn't the toughest guy. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Oh, just hold up just a second. Okay. Come on, stop playing. I gotta go over and check this. Y'all just bear with me for a second. This thing is putting me through some BS right now. Like, stop putting me through some BS and just let me look at the information. I'm trying to get y'all the information, and this bullshit is trying to keep me from getting the information. So now let's go back. Let's see if I can get in there now. Now, let's see if we can get in here and do what we got to do. We're trying to see. I'm trying to show the fights. We got these fighters though. We got so many damn fighters that just did not want to fight anybody. You know what I mean? And then we got fighters that fought. Like right now, like I said, they used to triple up, quadruple up, and everything else. That shit still ain't acting right. Just forget it. But anyway, they used to try, you know, fight each other like a bunch of times. But now these ass wipes, you know what I mean? You can't get them in. You can't. Like I said, you can't melt them down like this. If this was them and they was melted down into this little liquid here, you couldn't pour them on top of another fighter. They'd turn to ice. Like, come on now. Especially you got little guys. You got little guys calling out people. Guys is way bigger. This shit is ridiculous right now, y'all. Yeah. But that's the greatest right there. That's Sugar Ray. But I'm gonna put up one more. Okay, look. So I put up one. Let me read what you got down there for not these new age fighters. Yeah, them fuckers don't want to fight nobody. Yeah, some of them fought 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, they was always wanted to smoke. You want to smoke? And Gil Cole said Roy was the greatest middleweight in the world. Get your ass out of here with that shit. Okay, let me see. Because Jay Brown said Roy was the most athletic fighter I've ever seen, but not the greatest middleweight. Said he reigned as light heavyweight. Was his most dominant reign. Yeah, light heavyweight, he's a good fighter. What I was gonna say. Far as being, I think Parnell Whitaker was probably one of the most athletic fighters I've ever seen too. He was a great athlete too. Parnell Whitaker was a great athlete. Actually, Muhammad Ali was a great athlete. They don't talk about him like playing or doing anything like sports, other sports and stuff like that. But Ali can run his ass off and everything. Ali can do a lot of shit that a lot of people just didn't know he can do. Ali can swim his ass off, all that. Great athlete. They don't talk about that when they talk about Ali. They talk about is Yasser up in here? I didn't see Yasser, man. You said Yasser. Well, salute to Yasser if he came up in here. Yeah, I see him right there. Oh yeah, Yasser up in here. Oh y'all, I didn't recognize him. He got on blue right now. Yeah, Yasser got that blue on now. He said salute Eagle in chat. Yep, got the fist pound up there. Yep, there we go. Yep, I didn't even noticed that was you, brother. That's our UK brother right there. Is Yasser right there? You Hussein. That's our UK brother that comes in and you know he messed with Eagle. Yep. But we'll talk about Ray. We're always gonna talk about Ray anyway, so don't y'all worry about Ray. But let me throw this up there real quick because this is the most modern day fighter that we have, who just retired and talking about coming out of retirement, is right there. That he's on the list. Just letting you know. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. Let's see if I got all of them. Yep. Yeah. So he rounds out the bunch. Let me go in here and see where they have him at. Since he's up there. He's up there pretty high too. Okay, he's actually got him at I like his name. I always liked his name though. Bernard Hopkins. They always liked his name. The executioner. And yeah, they talking about when he schooled Felix Trinidad. This is ring. It said the executioner, he said, was 36 years old when he schooled Felix Trinidad to secure superstar status. Smart, freakishly dedicated, in a golden era throwback. This old school Philadelphia general posted an incredible 19 consecutive, successful defenses of his IBF title, among others, a division record. So he is a division record leader, and he's right underneath Hagler. And I don't know if everybody agrees with that, for him being so close to Hagler, or what. I don't know if you want Marcel Cerdan to be closer. Marcel Cerdan, that's like a sleeper right there. Because he was beating people, like he beating Tony Zell and stuff like that. And, well, then losing to Jake LaMotta, but just because Jake LaMotta that wasn't doing as good with some of the fighters that he fought, some of the same fighters. Let's just see. Let's just check out one thing. Yeah. So some of these fighters, like I said, some of these fighters, man, is just like, a lot of people don't get it. But my web, they get it. They like, shit, these fighters used to fight each other like it wasn't about no re-upping, man. That's what people don't understand. It wasn't about getting no re-up. It's like, no, that's not enough. We're going to have to re-up. Yeah. And that was another fighter. That was another fighter that actually, like Tony Zell, that was another fighter that fought, you know, that was the one that was fighting the Graciano, right? But just to have names like that that you beat, like a Marcel and stuff like that, or even a Nino, because we already know that left hook. Let's cause we understand that Bernard Hopkins. I'm not gonna talk about him that much. Let's look at it again. Let's look at this shit. Let's look at it one more time. I just want to see it one more time because it was just. And y'all wait for it. There's a couple of rounds. So y'all hang in there. Y'all check it out. Hopefully it'll come back up. Hopefully Eagle can still pull it up. But Bernard, we'll get back to Bernard. But god dang, let's check it out, man. Let's see. Let's just see. And I just want y'all to wait for it. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to wait for the hook because it's, and like I said, this is a number 10 fighter too. This is number 10 and has so many, and people had problems with him. They wasn't just running through him and stuff like that. But like I said, these fighters wanted it more and more. They wasn't just like one, like that's it. I'm done. We fought already. Bring the bag up. Man, F that. It's just look at. I'll let y'all. Y'all can enjoy the action yourself. But then after this round, just wait for that. Just wait for the left hook action, and you can see all the mistakes. Like I said, Rodriguez timed himself, and that's why his ass got put out. Yeah. Yeah, D to the baby said just because of the defenses, of course, that's going to put his ass up there. 19 defenses. You can't, I mean, that's something you can't really argue about. Yeah, Jay Brown, yeah, you're right. His longevity got him there, and then also D to the baby got good points too. His longevity and also the defenses, you can't really deny him. You can't take him out of at least the top 20. Oh yeah. I remember that shit. I watch all that shit. You can replay it, man. Matter of fact, D to the baby. Since you brought that shit up, I'm gonna look at it now. That shit was funny. I think that was on Superstars or something. He said, "Dick, baby." He said, "Hey, Eagle, and y'all go check it out. I think it's on the show called Superstars." He said, "Remember when Frazier almost drowned on national TV? Yeah, that's a damn shame." He said Frazier was doing everything but drowning. But check it out though. Let's just watch how Rodriguez times himself and gets his ass KO'd. Gets his ass knocked out. He's doing his own timing. He's gonna time his own self to get knocked out. And it's when he starts, like, he's making good movements, but if you can see, he stays in one position like way too long. He just keeps staying in the position, and you'll see it in the next round. So make sure you pay attention, and just pay attention to what Eagle talk about sometimes when we talk about a fighter that times his own self, that you don't even got to time him. Yeah. B-Hop was getting old even when he fought. I don't respect Calzaghe's at all, as far as his accomplishments. He wasn't fighting no great fighters in his prime. You got to fight great fighters in your prime. But you see how he's already been around once already, right? Around the second time around, and they clinching a little bit. Yeah, Calzaghe, they love him over there in Britain, but F him, man. You got to do more. But he's timing his own self. Just that little jump shit. When you can't, that's what I'm saying. Fighters that hop. Remember I told you about Pacquiao. I told you, man. I'm surprised nobody called him. But when you start hopping and shit, that's uncharacteristic and shit. See, he's hopping. He's setting himself up. Just let y'all see it. He said, boom, there it is. It's over with. I don't even know why the ref counting. Look how flat he is. The ref didn't need to count that. That was already over with, baby. That was a wrap. The ref all dramatic and shit the way he threw his hands up. You ain't had to throw your hands up like that, ref. That all dramatic like that. What you doing all dramatic like that? Yeah. Yeah, we talked about Dick Tiger. Dick Tiger was a monster. Matter of fact, Dick Tiger was a monster. Maybe we'll leave it up. Matter of fact, I'm not going to talk about B-Hop. Everybody know what B-Hop did. Because I was just naming who's on the top 10 anyway, so. But there he is right there. That's the namesake right there. That's what you just mentioned right there is Dick Tiger right there. Yeah. But that's Dick Tiger right there. Talking about beast. Yeah. Definitely a beast. And people stole his name and everything else, but I don't know. You can't fool everybody. You can fool some people. Shit. We come here in Eagles Web, shit. I got scholars in here. They know more about boxing than me. I don't know shit. I don't know a damn thing. But the people that mess with me, they like to mess with me. They come back to Eagles Web. Now why is that? When I get all these freaking haters that come in here, yeah, but my people still come back and see me. They still come talk. They know I don't know shit, but they forgive me, and they still come back. They say, I wonder what we're gonna talk about today. But let's finish up like with Ugas. I still think Ugas he's to me he's still something. He's not just, skillful and basic or whatever. He's still good. I don't care. Until somebody put his ass to sleep, he good. because he knows who he can take shots from, and he was throwing some good shit himself. He was throwing some good, some good punishment back, some good shots he was throwing back. So, but this is one thing I would say for Ugas is when you get into a championship fight when somebody's hungry, shut that hunger shit down. Shut their ass down. That's what's gonna save you, because if you don't do that, what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up getting robbed. They always look to give your ass like a win where you barely won. That's what they want, because they're hoping your ass lost. Like, nah, he's not exciting enough to be a champ. Yeah, he is. He's exciting enough to be a champ. Shit. With these champs hiding, all these fighters hiding in all these different divisions, don't tell me that he's not exciting enough. After that, I don't just want a three-peat. I want to see 4 fights too. I want to see Wilder Fury 4. Especially if Wilder knocked Fury's ass completely out. I want to see a Wilder Fury 4. Let's see. See what you want. Can't even get a Joshua Wilder 1. I'd like to see them fight 3 times. We see who the best is. This shit. I'll tell you what, whoever gets on a steamroll like that, when you start steamrolling like that, you can take on anybody you want to, and you can fight them as many times as you want to. If you that much better, if you good like that, you could fight somebody and just keep fighting. Like, oh, I'll fight you again, no problem. Sign the contract. We got contracts back there for the re-up. You feel me? So we just get that re-up again. And that's exactly what I want to start seeing. I want to see us get in there, and the fighters, get your ass in there, and get some more fights in. If you that much better, we don't have to wait 1 fight a year and all that shit. Get your ass in there and fight 4 or 5 times a year. I'm gonna say right now, modern, since fighters don't want to fight, I would say at least fight your ass at least 3 to 4 times a year. At least 3. If you're an elite fighter, so-called elite, you want that money anyway, because you're not gonna get the Mayweather bag. So, if you're gonna get at least, one of his small bags, half of one of his small bags, that would be nice to get 3 of those a year, right? You can't live off this bullshit like 1 fight every year. You can't live with the taxes and paying your cut man, paying your corner, and we already talked about it. You got to pay the whatever organization. You got to give them some. WBC, WBO. They got to break them off some. Your legal team, your promoter, your manager, your trainer, your sparring partners. Come on, man. Time you get that. All that shit paid off, you really don't have shit, and then you don't want to fight. Get your ass in there and fight. Okay, y'all sir in there he said, "Oh, my boy's hyped that Fury gonna win, and him and EJ are going to fight." And I tell them time and again, even if Fury wins, AJ ain't entertaining any one of them guys. Yeah, AJ don't want to fight nobody. What we just talk about. Because he's so rich, and he prestigious the way he's just carry himself, like, oh, I'm AJ, Asswipe Jr. AJ, this is to let you know if AJ ever comes in. AJ, you know what? I'll put this out there anyway. If AJ fans, everybody wants to fight AJ, huh? You see what I mean? Everybody wants to fight him. You got freaking middleweights want to fight your ass. Yeah. Okay. Anthony Fowler back in. He said AJ has to fight. Fury, Wilder, whoever wins the rematch. He said, or else. He said else for 99% of boxing public, he's not gonna go down as a legit champ. Well, I don't know about that statement, about 99%, because if you're looking at, if you're doing world, yes, it's going to be 99%. But see, the thing is they have this whole shit separated to where you got people in like a certain area where they love their fighters so much they don't care. They don't care. They just like people still love AB. They still going to swear up and down that he's the goods. Even after cheating, drugs, cheating, you know, with that whole farmer shit and all that shit. They still gonna be thinking that he's such a great fighter. You know what I mean? But we got people on this side of what they call the pond. We got people over here that we not falling for none of that bullshit, and we'll bring it up anyway. We're gonna bring it up in Eagles Web. That's one thing you don't know about being in Eagles Web. That we bring up all the shit. We bring it all up. So there ain't gonna be no escaping from that ass especially if he gets touched up. If he gets touched up, which I'm hoping he get touched up because I don't like the foul shit he did. Y'all serve back again. He said AJ already deflected from Fury, saying, "Oh, he got 6-year head start on his career than me." Oh, okay, and we are not even in the same era, even though they are active at the same time. I don't know. AJ don't know what. You know what? When you get certain shit happen to your brain, you don't know what you're gonna say. AJ don't know what to say. AJ stupid as hell. That's just plain and simple. He's just dumb. Plain and simple. Just a dumb. You know what I mean? Just dumb. That's all it is to it, man. But shit, we've been in here too long today, man. Even though y'all sir got his ass up here a little late today. Yeah, see that blue suit he got on is a little heavy. Sometimes you got that blue suit on to get heavy when you first start off. He just starting off. He got that powder blue right now. He ain't the solid blue yet. But he gonna be in here, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. And I agree with you too on athlete fouling with your statement about Ali. Yeah, all these killers and shit. But then, like I said, Robinson, a lot of these fighters, the fighters back there fought nothing but killers. These fighters, once they find out somebody a killer, they don't want shit to do with them. But anyway, let's get out of here, man. This is a long Monday, man. It's hot here where I'm at, over 100 degrees. I'm gonna go outside and roast or whatever's gonna happen. But anyway, man, y'all know how we do it in here in Eagles Web, man. My shout out to all the real people that I see. I see y'all's real ass out there. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me, man. Nothing but blessings. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.